this week's edition of the Bucks Report. I'm joined here with Coach Morgan. Coach, the Bucks suffered a 24-0 loss to Northridge in a game where several mistakes led to the loss. After reviewing the film, what do you see hurt us the most?
I mean, overall, we played pretty well. It's just we're making bad mistakes at the worst times, kind of thing. It's just whenever we get momentum going, the game thought we would drive the field and then have a turnover, and then we get a speed, we do a greater defense, and then drive the field, and then get down the red zone and have a turnover. It was just, overall, it was there, as long as it was there, it's just the wrong mistakes at the wrong times kind of thing.
Yeah. It was apparent that the score didn't indicate how well the Bucks ran the football, as they tallied 235 yards on the ground in really bad weather conditions. Jordan Miller was the leader with 109 yards. Were you impressed with the run game?
Yeah. Our kids did phenomenal. They're doing a lot of great stuff right now, and one thing that's been consistent is the way they run the ball. From how the O-line, everything they do there, the way Jordan Miller runs, the way Tanner Paulsgrove runs. A.D. Meek stepped up big last week, and he didn't carry the ball a lot, but as far as being a lead blocker for those guys. So there's a lot of positives that are there. We just got to kind of capitalize on those drives.
Yeah. Defensively, it was a dominating performance for the Bucks, outside of one play where Northridge scored on a 67-yard run. Outside of that, the Bucks held Northridge to just 34 yards in the other 31 plays. Plus, the Bucks only allowed 3 first downs. How do you feel about the defensive performance?
Really good. I mean, you mentioned the one mistake. We just didn't fit a gap right, and that's on us. We'll take that. But everything else is those guys executing their jobs really, really well. It's hard to get a full grade in the film because the weather conditions were hard to see anything in the film. But you just watch the live of the game, you can see everybody was in the right spot almost all the time. And doing that over and over and over again was phenomenal. And Northridge is a great team. They have lead players, they make plays happen. So it was a great job by the kids holding them down.
Yeah. In the 3 losses we have had this season, they all seem to be self-inflicted. What areas of improvement need to be focused on to eliminate these situations?
I think it comes to us as coaches. I mean, we're making the mistakes, which tells us that we got to do their job of making sure that we hold them accountable practices to make sure those things aren't happening. So just being a little more fine-tuned as coaches to say, what's the issue? How can we get the kids better at those things? Because at the end of the day, your team is what you allow and what you promote. So we're making a lot of mistakes at the wrong time. So that's something we've been focusing on at practice for us to get better at, to hold them accountable to those things.
Yeah. This week we host Milton-Union, which has had a tradition of a strong program. What challenge do the Bulldogs bring to us this week?
They're the same as every year. They're a strong kids, play really hard, kind of gritty, tough, which is awesome. That's how we like to play football. So it'd be a good matchup.
Yeah. In order to give ourselves the best chance to win, what do we need to do? What do we need to accomplish on Friday?
Yeah. It's just being consistent with what we do. Our goal this year as the Bucks is to relentlessly attack every opportunity with intent and energy. And if we can do that with the intent part every play and bring the right energy every play, I think we're fine. But when those things kind of lack or waver a little bit, then we're in trouble.
Yeah. That's all I have. Next, I will be joined by the D-line. Thanks. Welcome back. I am now joined with the defensive line, who includes
Trenton Havenar, Eli Brooks, Parker Schaeffer, and Lyons.
You guys are all sophomores who have had a huge impact on the success of the defense. What type of hard work have each of you put in to improve over the last year?
Just hitting the weight room a lot, getting to a lot of the off-season lifting and stuff, and the skill sessions we have.
Yeah.
I'd say just making sure my technique is 100%, so that just helps my play.
Like Eli said, fine-tuning those little details.
Going to hitting the weight room, like Trent said, and watching a bunch of film with coach.
Yeah, I like that. Trenton, you play nose guard on the majority of defense, yet you lead the team with 65 tackles, 6.5 sacks, 3 forced fumbles, and 26.5 tackles for loss. What type of mentality do you have every single time you step on the field?
Just got to start out with humble. You know who you're going against, so if you got to stay humble and just being a dog too. Just getting through D-line, shedding blocks, and flying to the ball, straight for 6.
Yeah. Eli, you've also played really, really well on the defensive front and have accumulated 22 tackles, 4.5 sacks, and 9.5 tackles for loss. What is your mentality when you're on the field?
I'd say just going into games with a laser focus and making sure I'm just communicating with my guys all game.
Yeah. Brock and Parker, you guys both rotate in and out depending on the defensive situations, and you guys have combined for 25 tackles, 1 sack, and 7 tackles for loss. How much does it mean to each of you to contribute so much to the success of the defense, especially as sophomores?
I think it's like just an amazing feeling sharing the field with everybody, and it's great rotating with him. Me and him coach each other all the time on the sidelines at practice, and it keeps us both fresh for offense.
Yeah, like he said, it's amazing to share the position with him and with these guys. The D-line, I feel like we hold each other accountable very much, and at the end of the day, I know I can trust these guys to have my back, and they can trust me to have theirs.
Yeah. Last Friday, the defense held Northridge to just 101 total yards. It was obvious that the defensive line had a huge impact on slowing down a really, really fast Northridge team. How do you guys feel about what you were able to accomplish as a unit on the defensive line?
Well, it's really great that we only held them to 101 yards. It's just, that's what being a dog's about. You got to try your hardest every single play. Go all out.
I'd say a lot of that goes into studying the team before, the week before, preparation, and knowing like how to fit and like being what to be prepared for, like in the week you have. I feel like that helps your success a lot as a team.
I feel like these guys make 2 amazing points. Being a dog on defense and being prepared before game, it's all about the mentality you have going into the game.
Yeah.
It feels great, and knowing the coaches have been prepared for all of us has been like great for us. Taking their coaching out on the field, watching film, it's great to have the coaches.
So now that there are only 4 games left in the regular season, what is the focus of the team heading into Week 7 against a really good Milton-Union team?
It's keeping on your toes, straining for 6, being a dog.
I'd say just fixing our mistakes and doing anything in our power to win. Just doing anything it takes.
I feel like we're focusing on the energy, because I feel like past couple of games we came out with like low energy, and we need to get that up. We have at practice.
Yeah.
It's all about how we go into the game, the mentality that we have, and just straining for 6 the entire time, not letting down.
Yeah. Well, that's all I have for you guys tonight. So good night and
Go